Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be extremely different and something that pretty much just like came out of nowhere, to be legitly honest with you guys. So today's video is I found out April 30th 2020 that I am pregnant, you guys. So I'll do a little short story back. I had noticed, now I am somebody who has extremely irregular periods, okay? I've had problems with my periods. I've had points to where my periods would I would keep bleeding for months, and then I would have to go and get put back on birth control to control my bleeding, and then I would go off the pill because I am not a type of person who, I don't believe in like taking medication unless you absolutely really need it. And I just didn't want to take birth control because there was just a lot of weird side effects to birth control, and I didn't want to take birth control anymore, so I stopped taking birth control. And then my periods were doing okay for a little while. They were still irregular, and I had a scare probably back in maybe 2011, 2012. I had another scare. My period had completely just disappeared for 6 months, and I kept taking a pregnancy test. The test kept saying negative, 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 and then I was doing a lot of research, and a lot of people were saying that you could still get a negative test, but you could be positive, or you could still be pregnant by doing like a blood work. So I decided, I'm like, well, my period has completely disappeared. This has never happened to me. If anything, I would bleed more than my period just disappearing. So I ended up going to the doctor. They did a blood test, a urine test to tell me I was not pregnant. So I have no idea where my period went for 6 months. And then me and my husband have been together for 11 years, and I just like pretty much, I'm 32 years old, and I pretty much have just given up to the point where I was like, I don't ever think I could get pregnant because, one, I don't eat very healthy. I smoke. I drink a lot of soda. What else? I don't exercise and I don't eat things to like boost my immune system. My husband smokes. My husband drinks Mountain Dew like it's going out of style. And we just pretty much just told each other, like, I kind of pretty much told my husband, like, if you ever wanted kids, I apologize, because I seriously did not think I could have a kid. So March, let me see, January, February, March, yes, so March, I had my period, everything was normal, and then April came around, and I had noticed my period never showed up at the due date. Now, a lot of times I ignored it because a lot of times, once again, my periods are irregular. I can be a day or two late, or I can be a day or two early. It just depends on when my period wants to come. So my period never showed up, and I said, it's probably, all it was, I was thinking legit was from where I had switched jobs and my body clock was confused, because at that point in time, about April, I was really starting to feel like the change of, my cat is moving. I was starting to feel like a change in me, but I was also like It's probably just, seriously, what I was blaming it on was my body clock. Okay, so what I was blaming it on was my body clock was confused, and from switching from working early mornings to working mid shifts, I just seriously thought like my period had just skipped because I was going through a different transformation of an extreme job change. So then I told my husband, I said, if my, and the other thing that I was seriously thinking was I had a thyroid problem because of all the weird problems I've had with my periods. So I just told my husband, I said, if my period doesn't show up by my next due date of in April for my period, let's see, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I obviously skipped my first period, and my second period was supposed to start April 26th. Never showed up, and then I think I waited till the 30th of April to finally buy a pregnancy test. And I said, if the pregnancy test comes back negative, which I was 100% thinking that's what it was going to do, and I was gonna just go ahead and schedule an appointment with a doctor to get my thyroid tested. And so I went ahead and we went to Walmart, and I bought my first pregnancy test, probably, God, since I was in my 20s. And then I came home and I bought the clear blue, and I came home and I had to piss, obviously, because that's one of the things that happens in early pregnancy is constant pissing, and holy shit, that is so annoying, you guys. Like, I constantly have to pee. It is so, I'm like, Jesus Christ, how much pee is in me? So I came home, obviously I had to pee, and I went ahead and did the normal thing of testing, pissed on the stick, and I was waiting for it to click or do its thing, and I was like, it's gonna say not pregnant. And you guys, so finally, is this the one? Nope, this is the very first one that I took, and I dated it, obviously, 4/30/20, and it popped up saying that I was pregnant, and then I was like, that can't be true. So that I didn't believe the first one, and then I'm like, something's malfunctioning. So then I decided to take the second one because I had to pee again, obviously. That one came back saying that I was pregnant, and I dated that one as well as just 2020. So these both came back saying that I was pregnant, and I was like in shock. So this was like my first thing was and I don't want to like sound mean or harsh, but like my first initial reaction was not excited, okay? I don't know where I went, but like for a day or two, I would not talk to my husband. I was like in this trance because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, are these tests accurate? I was Googling it to see if they were accurate. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I think more of what was going on in my head more than anything is, how did I become pregnant when I was pretty much telling myself I could not become pregnant? So I'm like, what the hell? That was mostly like what was going on in my head. That was mostly what was going on in my head. Was I was more in like a shock than excitement. And then like once I finally like realized that I was pregnant, and I'm like, okay, well, and then of course you get like the emotions of like Are you financially ready? Are you going to be a good mother? Because this is obviously my first child, so like I have so much thinking going on in my head right now. Am I going to be a good mother? Is my kid going to be healthy? Is it, because I have a physical job, and that's the other thing that scares me at this specific moment, and my doctor's appointment is not until June 1st. So I've already told my supervisors and everything to that nature, and they said that they can work with me. The only thing is they're not really doing anything at this specific moment, which is scaring me. And it's kind of like, I don't want a miscarriage, like that's going through my head. I've waited so long to try to get pregnant, finally am pregnant, and then it's like, I don't want anything to happen to it. So it's like, I have all these like emotions and thoughts running through my head. It's like, oh my God. So, but finally I am to the point to where I have finally like realized and have took it in and took a deep breath and said, you know what, if the good Lord, one thing I always tell myself, my mother always tells me the same, is if the Lord will never give you anything you can't handle. So that's always what I tell myself. I'm like, well, the Lord knows that this and that, and I have a physical job, and if he knew something bad was going to happen, he would have not blessed me to become pregnant. So all I have to do is take one day at a time at this specific moment. And so I finally said, you know what, let's try another pregnancy test. So I decided on Cinco de Mayo to take another test. And this one, this one is a first response. And I went ahead and took this one, and this one says 5/5/20. And as you can see, this very thick double lines. So yeah, that is that. So I'm pretty much confirmed that I am pregnant. So then obviously I did my normal thing, was actually I called, well actually the day that I found out I was pregnant, I went ahead and I applied for 10 care. So I did get approved for that. So that is a big blessing, because that will help me out a lot, because I don't have insurance. And I mean, I can have insurance, but you can't enroll in it until November, so it would be kind of defeating my purpose right now. So I did get approved for 10 care, and I went ahead and made my doctor's appointment, and she can't see me till June 1st, which is a little kind of creepy to me, because I'm kind of like thinking to myself, I have so many questions to ask her, and I still have like, let's see, I still have like 3 to 4 weeks before I see her, and it's kind of freaking me out. And the other thing is the first thing I did was download like a baby app. So the one I went with is Baby Care, and according to this app, I don't know how accurate this app is. It's basing it off the first day of my last period. I don't know if that's correct. Let me know down below if that is. But it is saying that I am 8 weeks pregnant already. So by the time I see my doctor, I will be 12 weeks. So let me know. That's another thing. Let me know if this is normal, like for a doctor to see you about that time frame. And yeah, so I am officially pregnant. I'm 8 weeks pregnant, and this is definitely going to be a journey, a change. And I have started prenatal vitamins. So I am taking these ones right here. These are Smarty Pants. They just look something like that. And these are gummies, because I don't like swallowing things. So yeah, I gotta take this at 12 o'clock to to nutrient me and my child. So yeah, so I thought I would come on here. I know this video is not very long, but it is exciting, so I did want to come on here and share that with you guys. And I will obviously do updates and follow-ups to update you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big huge thumbs up. And as always, I upload every 3 days due to working purposes. I'll see you soon in my next video. You're beautiful, stay true to yourself, and don't let nobody tell you otherwise. See you guys.